Alright, so now we're going to just clean up the dashboard area a little bit, and we can actually X out of everything here except this dashboard page. If you want, you can keep this site page open. We can actually X out of this and X out of this as well. And now we'll be in just the dashboard area. So we can go to where it says Posts here on the left side and just click on Posts. And then it will show us that we have this Hello World post. And this comes automatically within WordPress. And if we actually go to the front and we scroll down a little bit, we can see where it says Hello World. And that's where our posts show up within this default theme. We're going to change the theme completely to use divi and a divi theme. We're going to get into that shortly. But for now, we're just going to trash this post. And we'll go to where it says trash. And I'm going to delete permanently. And now it says one post permanently deleted. So next I'm going to go down to where it says pages, and I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'm going to trash it, then go to trash again, delete permanently. And now I'm actually going to go down to plugins. We'll go to plugins next. And I'm going to delete these two as well. And you can go and select this here to select multiple ones. And you want to make sure they're deactivated. Both of these are in this case. We can just go to right where it says delete. And then click apply, OK, and now both of them are deleted. We don't have to actually confirm the deletion again on this case. So next we'll go down to where it says settings, and there's a lot of different options within here, but here's where you can change your site title and tagline. There's also another place we can do that as well, but if you see right here at the top it says my blog of your website page. So if we see, this is the front page of the website and it says my blog. And then it says My WordPress blog when you hover over it. Right here we can see the corresponding My blog, My WordPress blog. So if you want to change that at this time, you can. I'm going to come back to it in a little bit and change this further on in this tutorial. But that's where you can change it if you didn't change it earlier. Or if you want to change it sometime in the future, that's where it is. I like to go down here and make sure the email address is correct. And I like to change the time zone. So I'm about UTC -5, and that does come into play when you're posting blogs. If you want them to go live at a certain time, you can change the time zone to match up with your time zone for when you want it to go live. If you want to change the date format, you can do that, the time format. If you want to change when the week starts, I like it to start on Sunday instead of Monday. Just a preference there. And then the language, I like to be English in my case, so I'm going to save changes. And next we can go down to where it says settings, and that was settings general. We can go down to where it says writing. I'm going to leave these as is, but we can change this in the future if we add default post categories. Now, not to get too much into this, but if you have a specific category that you like your posts to show up in when you create posts in your blog, you can make it change to, let's say, whatever, photos or something like that if you have a photo blog. And then you can change it to be photos instead of just showing up as uncategorized by default. So that will be an example of what you can do. For now, I'm going to leave these the same as well. Next, we can go down to where it says reading. And you can choose how many pages will be displayed. I like to only have about 6 here. And I'm going to do this as well, 6 again. I think 10 and 10 is a little much, but if you wanted to, you could do something like 8 and 8. That's fine as well. Something like that I think is fine, but I think 10 is a little bit too much for how many blog posts are going to be displayed. So next, if we see right here, we can choose if we want to show a summary or the full text. I'll leave it as full text. And in my case, I may use this to discourage search engines from indexing the site. Now, if you want your site live and for people to be able to find it on Google or on Yahoo, Bing, whatever search engine they're using, you want to leave this unchecked. In my case, this is just a tutorial, so I might want this to be checked so it doesn't get indexed onto Google. So I'm going to just check this for now, but you would probably want this to be enabled. I'll save these changes, and next I'll move on to where it says discussion. Now here we have so many different options, and I actually have 2 different videos on my YouTube channel about how to enable comments, disable comments, how to go about disabling comments on the whole site. It really depends what you want to do with these, but there are so many different options within this area. I suggest you just run through them on your own. I like to basically either enable or disable them on the whole site, and I like to hold comments for moderation and manually approve comments. So I like to check that. I like to have manually approved comments. And I'll save this. Media, here this next section is actually, we have media up here as well. Media is the section right here is where we would add photos, videos, things like this, even recordings for music you can do as well. But I'm going to skip over that and I'm going to go right to where it says permalinks here on the left. And this is the most important tab, in my opinion, out of all of these settings here in the settings tab. And you want to change it to be post name. And the reason why you want to do that is because if you just post it normal, where it has this plain by default, your post name would show up like P equals 100 for your 100th post. That doesn't really do too much to show Google, Yahoo, Bing, other search engines what you're trying to target or rank for with your post. If you use this sample post or this post name option here, then if you were trying to target, let's say, animal photography, you can have it say your website name / animal - photography, and that would help search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing all recognize what you're trying to focus on with your blog posts or with your page, and it would really help you out as far as ranking within Google, or at least giving them an idea of what you're trying to rank for. So it's really key to change this to be post name. And then I'm just going to save that as well. And next we're going to get into starting to add a theme for our website, and we're going to actually go into where it says appearance and then themes here, and we're going to add the divi theme from Elegant Themes. And I'm going to go through that now if you don't already have access to the theme.